Hi everyone, it's Gary Nicholson here for the Mountain Weather Information Service. This is your planning video updated on Friday the 22nd of February. It's a mild theme that takes us through to the end of the month. A generally southerly airflow that prevails through to the end of February. High pressure is nearby. Occasional weak fronts will drift around toward the northwest of the British Isles, so a little bit of patchy rain, maybe just some low cloud that plagues western coastal areas at times. But with the mild temperatures staying in place, there's really not a great deal of snow left on even the highest mountains. These are the temperatures at 850 millibars. Now that's up about as high as 1500 metres at the moment, so it's a bit higher up than the Scottish tops at the moment. It gives us something of a steer for the summit temperatures though, and through Saturday, as a weak cold front just edges in, temperatures dropping a little bit into Saturday evening. I doubt that it really gets to freezing point on most mountains, but a few sheltered corries and in the glens, a touch of frost is believable as we go into Sunday morning. The mild airflow from the south, though, prevails over a good few days ahead, and it stays well above freezing on the mountains. Some inversion conditions in place again. Some of the higher tops often warmer than the lower slopes, particularly if you're in low cloud. And that continues onwards for a few days into next week. There may just be a subtle drop of temperature as time goes on, but it's still staying on the mild side. These are the charts for the next few days, and Saturday has the cold front that I mentioned edging in from the west across Ireland. It will bring some rain and drizzle to the West Highlands of Scotland, eventually that edging onto the coastal hills of England and Wales as well. Ahead of this front, the wind from the south-southwest is very strong, severe gale force over the mountains, powerful gusts through passes and in places to lower slopes, with the air being very stable, so it's forced over the mountains, creating those turbulent conditions. Across most eastern regions, though, it's a dry day with good cloud breaks and some hazy sunshine. Now the remnants of that front are still around on Sunday, but very weak and somewhere across northern England, giving a zone of cloud, and this could well shroud the hills for a good number of hours, tending to break as time goes on. And there should be some sunshine coming through, although rather hazy conditions still in place. The wind not as strong, but locally still a bit gusty around western hills in Scotland. And temperatures, again, will be on the mild side. Again, into Monday, something of a front is just draped across northern Scotland. We've got low cloud and patchy rain and drizzle in place here, with still a damp atmosphere around. It could be that low cloud plagues some of the coastal hills all the way down the West Highlands towards the Irish Sea too, and that could be stubborn for a good number of hours, but away from the coast should be increasing breaks to many higher tops and some tops above any low-level cloud or fog early in the morning. Again, it's a mild picture for most places then, and the winds by this stage are looking pretty light. Mostly light winds into midweek, some low-level fog in the valleys and the glens in the morning. What's left of a front still could be influencing northern Scotland. It's all breaking up a little bit though by this stage, with dry conditions and mild temperatures again prevailing. Touch of frost is possible in the morning in valleys and glens. A similar theme into Wednesday, the pressure pattern looking very slack by this stage. Some banks of fog and low cloud will break up to give sunshine, fairly hazy conditions again prevailing, and those temperatures stay mild. So high pressure is still in charge. It's centred around the Low Countries as we go through the middle of next week. It's influencing most of the British Isles. The airflow is still coming up from the south, stays mild then for a good few days ahead. Taking onwards then through towards the start of March, and I think the idea of going into something eventually more unsettled is what we're looking at. The timing of that arriving is uncertain. This is towards, next weekend, around the 2nd, 3rd of March, as by that stage pressure has just fallen a bit. The high has subsided away towards the south, it looks like, and lower pressure over the Atlantic is starting to encroach its way in. So stronger winds redeveloping, the risk of some fronts coming in to give some rain, and eventually temperatures will be likely to drop, and there may be some much chillier temperatures developing as we go a bit further into the first week of March, and the risk of things becoming much more unsettled. So changes are afoot in the weather patterns as we go towards the 10-day range. It's not there yet, there's still plenty of days of fine early spring weather, but just be aware of lower pressure taking over and things becoming much more unsettled as we go fully into that first week of March. If we do get the colder air come round off the North Atlantic, then we might see some wintry conditions getting back onto the mountains. If it's springtime walking that you're after, the week ahead is looking pretty optimistic for you, with temperatures on the mild side and fair weather prevailing for a good few days ahead. Stay up to date with your local details every day on the Mountain Weather website. We'll update the video for you again on Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.